for our tribute enchilada for Marianne over at the Frugal Chef and frugalchef.com. As you already know, she has tons of great recipes and good tips on saving money. Hi Diego, howdy YouTube. This video is a tribute to Marianne, the Frugal Chef. I'm sure y'all know of her and have already subscribed to her channel, so I'm just giving a shout out because she's been a really good friend to me this last year. When I go, oh Marianne, I got too much cilantro, what do I do? She gives me a recipe for cilantro soup, and this time it's I have too many enchilada or tortilla shells. So she suggests I make up her chicken enchilada. I think that's a great idea, so that's what we're going to do here today. So we're going to show you how to marinate some turkey for a turkey enchilada casserole recipe, courtesy of the Frugal Chef. In this bag we have 2 ounces Knox Spice Ambrosia sauce, 2 ounces of Jim Beam Green Label Bean's Choice, 12 ounces of Mango Nectar, and a deboned, deskinned turkey breast, both sides. We're going to put a little bit of oil in this pan, toss in about a cup of onions, and then we're going to toss in about half of this bag. It's sat overnight marinating like beef fajita should. And then we're going to cook it up, and we'll repeat the process because I don't think my pan's big enough to do it all. Some pretty clear bacon grease, which is what we're going to use today to grease up our pan for our enchiladas. That's good stuff. I just keep it in the fridge. My grandma used to keep this out on the counter. But I got to thinking, my grandma used to cook with this stuff, and it tastes better, and it's free. And I like free things. And a cup of onions. Alright, my onions are starting to permeate that sweet smell, which means they're about halfway through their cooking process, and it's time to add the turkey. And I just want to point out the frying pan I'm using is actually my camping frying pan. It's the biggest one I have. It has a folding handle, and you can pick it up with 2 hands. And because it's so thin, I have to actually set the heat lower than I normally would for my heavy-duty chef's pans. Interesting. Let's dump about half of this in here. Alright, we just flipped our turkey for the first time, and this is when I usually put a little more garlic on. Garlic powder isn't very strong, so you can apply it as long as you do so in the cooking process. It's pretty good. Alright, as you can see, the turkey looks pretty much done. It's firm to the touch, indicating that it got cooked all the way through. If you can do this, it's definitely done. So, I'm going to take this off, leave the juice in it, put it in a container so it can cool down so I can work with it, and I'm going to start the next batch of turkey enchiladas. Alright, here we have our mixture, and we're just going to let this cool down, and then we'll wrap up the first batch of tortillas. Alright, super cheesy turkey enchiladas. If you use this kind of a squeeze packet cream cheese, you want to kind of work it up a little bit before you squeeze some cheese across the bottom here. We'll sprinkle just a little pinch of Mexican cheese across. We'll take 2 scoops of the turkey meat. And then we'll roll up an enchilada backwards for you. Want to see that again? And there you have the double cheesy enchiladas. No, let's not call it that. There you have your cheesy turkey enchiladas. Now let's get to the topping. Now my pan isn't as deep as hers, so we're just going to have to do a little less on the toppings. Start first with the salsa. I don't have any chili verde, so I'm just using other salsa. Then we add some onion. I need to chop that up, but these others will be okay. These are thinly sliced. Not very well chopped. Alright, then we need about half of this cream. Try adding a little more garlic flavor before we put the cheese on. Alright, then we're just going to liberally coat this with cheese. About 4 ounces, maybe 6 or 8. Never know. Then we'll place this in the preheated oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And we will be eating high on the hog. I don't even know. Alright, we're going to speed up production by using this other pan for the second baking pan because I don't want to wait for that one to cool down, get scraped out, cleaned up, and reused. So I'm just going to prep this while the first one's cooking. And then we'll have our food all ready to go for the second batch, and then we'll probably just freeze that right away instead of eating it. Obviously we can't eat that much. We'll make just a little bit smaller on the filling and trying to get a little better wrapping. That's my theory. Alright, we have more mix than we have room for, but not enough to do another batch. If this were a football play, this would be called an option, and the quarterback chooses to pitch out to the running back. Then the running back hands off the ball to the tight end, and it becomes a flea flicker. Yeah. If that doesn't confuse you. You can then hand it off to the wide receiver, and it's a double reverse. Either way, we didn't punt. We just adapted. So this should be good. Alright, and for our salsa verde, we're using salsa Newman. Black bean corn salsa. Goes to a good cause. I always try to get Newman's own product when available. Distribute that around a little bit. Then the cream. This was canned cream. And then we load it up with cheese. Cheese, wonderful cheese. Two things that can make almost anything taste better: bacon and cheese. Alright, and here we have our second pan of turkey enchilada, extra cheesy. Tribute to Marianne over at the Pastry at Parrot, frugalchef.com. Alright. And if it's not spicy enough, we'll just top this with some Ambrosia sauce. But this is what our enchiladas are like, and we're going to eat some of these right now. Cheesy turkey enchiladas. It looks like an authentic Mexican enchilada. Man, that's making my mouth water. Alright, a little bit about the marinade. Why would I use whiskey in my marinade? Whiskey actually acts as a tenderizer, and it helps the meat break down and absorb the flavors better. I used mango instead of guava nectar because mango's not quite as sweet, so it'll give it a nice bold flavor. The small amount of chili powder will counteract some of the sweetness from the mango, and garlic will do wonders for it too. And then the Ambrosia sauce will give it a little bit of heat. It's such a small amount, it really won't give it any heat, but it'll give it that Mexican flavor. That's why I chose my marinade. That's some good food. That is good. Thank you for watching. See you later, YouTube. Bye, Diego.